Yo gamers, my name is Voss. Over the past few months I have been posting some shorts that was did you know facts about Hollow Knight. But since any sane person would not watch YouTube shorts, which is very understandable, but it's also valid to watch them, because you might learn a thing or two, I thought that I would post it as a normal long form video, and this is, the culmination of that. So there is about 11 did you know facts. One of them is actually 1.5. No, 2 of them is actually 1.5 because it's a correction to the first one. So yeah, grab yourself a snack and enjoy the video. Did you know that Elderbug has 3 different voice lines for the first time you interact with him in Hollow Knight? The first one being the normal greeting, which everyone should know, otherwise we may have a problem. The second one being, if you walk past him, he waves at you to stop, which is already heartbreaking, but then you have a change of heart and go back to talk to him, where he says, "Oh, you came back. You walked straight past me. I thought maybe I'd faded away along with this town." And then the third one is, you need to do the same step as before, walk past him, this time go down into the forgotten crossroads and then return to him afterward, where he'll say, "Oh, you're back. You walked straight past me and descended down into the ruins without even saying hello. I thought maybe I'd seen a ghost." The mind sometimes plays tricks on you when you spend a lot of time alone. Truly heartbreaking, but none of us would ever be mean to Elderbug, right? Next did you know fact is about a special animation from when you defeat the Hollow Knight. Did you know that during the Hollow Knight and Seal siblings ending, there is a special animation when you suck in the infection like a good dose of copium? In case you didn't see it properly, I'll do a little freeze frame here, and you guessed it, it is the Radiance. And no hornets were harmed during the making of this video. Very nice touch to detail by Team Cherry. And the next did you know fact is about Hollow Knight's origination, the Kickstarter backstory. Did you know that Hollow Knight was funded due to backers? Yes? Alright, did you know that all the tier 6 backers was featured in the Glade of Hope? Also yes? Well, did you know that there exists a Shrine of Believers? Yes and no? Okay, so we are getting there. But this video is not about that. Did you know that if you pledged 1,200 Australian dollars, you would be able to commission Team Cherry to design a hidden village with its own unique theme for Hollow Knight? And while that is a good amount of money and trust to the developers, one singular person actually pledged that kind of money. However, rumors has it that the village will be shown in Silksong instead, unless if I've gotten my information wrong, which has happened before. I wonder if we'll see that in Silksong. The thing is, I know this is posted on a Monday, like 4 or 5 days after the release of Silksong. 4 days, I think, yeah. 4 days after the release, but I haven't played it yet, because I will be starting this Monday that this video is posted. The second best playthrough of Silksong is gonna happen right here. Imagine if you missed it! So yeah, feel free to subscribe if you wanna watch it right here. And the second best, what do I mean by that? Well, it's just behind yours. And fourth did you know fact is about the endings of Hollow Knight. Did you know that there are 6 endings for Hollow Knight? The first 5 are the most famous endings there is, which is why we are gonna talk about the 6th one. This is a riddle tablet, and if you manage to solve it and or go on Hollow Knight Wiki, you'll be able to find the Master Herald.
He who signals a mage's end.
That does sound pretty epic, and to our surprise, the Master Herald looks exactly what we imagined. In order to talk to this nice fella, you need the Spore Shroom Charm. And if you manage to find him in all 7 locations and proceed to defeat the Hollow Knight once again, you'll be greeted with a nice cutscene, which raises more questions rather than answers. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. The thing is, I once got a comment about me doing a video about narrating the Mr. Mushroom questline and I thought, you know, that is a good idea, but I don't know if people would want to watch it. I could just, you know, do it, right? And then see if people actually like it. But if you guys want to see it, feel free to let your boy know. That's me, by the way. Fifth did you know fact could potentially be wrong, but it is about the Hollow Knight. Did you know that the whole story of Hollow Knight is that the Hollow Knight isn't even hollow?
Because void.
And of course, there are many other variables to this story that I am definitely not gonna delve into. Now, hear me out. Since void brought us sentience, it would also bring us compassion, because void is literally our entire being, whereas you could say that the Pale King was being stupid for raising a child, you know, actually showing empathy towards a child. That is where it could have gone wrong, but I just feel like, why would void care regardless, right? So I feel like void is a big culprit as to why we actually feel compassion. Also, why would void care about radiance? I mean, to be fair, it is two complete opposites, so it could make sense. So yeah, something to think about. And the thing is, guys, I am okay with being wrong. The sixth did you know fact is about the art of the game. Have you seen this? And this? This? This, and this? Well, you may be wondering why the red circle was not placed at anything significant. That thought would be wrong to start with, because it is rather simple. We are looking at the art of this game. Did you know that all art in this game was drawn on paper, then photographed on a phone, and cleaned up in Photoshop afterwards? Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I am a big fan of art, and Team Cherry did a wonderful job with this 5 GB game that lasts for countless hours. I was about to say many, but I changed it to countless because it sounded a bit cooler, and now I mentioned this so I seem less cool. Imagine that. But the next did you know fact is about cloth. No. Did you know that you could save cloth in Hollow Knight? And the requirement is being rude. You stumble across cloth the first time in Fungal Wastes, where she was sleeping on the ground. However, this encounter is not the time to be rude. Now, there are 2 locations where you could meet her again. Either Deep Nest or Ancient Basin. But let's fast forward to Ancient Basin. You fend off some creatures that Cloth couldn't handle. She bursts up from the ground, and whatever you do not talk to her. Unless, of course, you want her wish to become true. She is motivated by the prospect of dying in an epic battle and joining her departed Nola. So you can destroy her dreams by simply not talking to her. So choose wisely. Truly a hero amongst us all. Rest in peace, Cloth. The 8th and 9th did you know fact is about Sode. The 9th one is a bit of a correction. So yeah, enjoy. Did you know that you can skip fighting Grey Prince Sode in Godhome entirely? In the early game of Hollow Knight, you stumble across a Vengefly King with an old vessel-looking creature in its beak, which happens to be Sode. Your first instinct is to save him, and if you manage to do so, you will be met with arrogance and ungratefulness anyway, which will have some consequences in your late game. Now, if you don't like a fight full of ridiculousness, then I would highly advise you to not save Sode, because if you choose to do nothing, he will eventually end up dying anyway due to natural causes. Because of this, he will not show up in Godhome at all, but keep in mind, this is the only boss that applies to. Did you guys know that my recent short with Sode is only half the story? I said that if you just don't save Sode from the Vengefly King, he won't show up in Godhome. While that is definitely true, there are other ways to approach this without being a big meanie. You can save Sode every single time you meet him, whether it is on the path to Green Path, in the Spiderwebs of Deep Nest, or in the final location, the Colosseum of Fools. However, the way to avoid Grey Prince Sode is simply to not fight him in Dirtmouth. In my honest opinion, he is a fight worth doing. Others, like Markov, are fights worth skipping. But here's the catch. You can't. Also, a slight correction, there is one other boss you can skip in Guardhome, which is Nightmare King Grim. This is false information. I was told this in a YouTube comment. Like, could you guys imagine lying on the internet? Spreading false information? Imagine! Yeah, could not be me. Even though I did with that short, so... yeah, but it's not my fault, I promise, guys. I promise. 10th did you know fact is about the OST of the game. Not the OST, actually. An OST. Yes? Did you know that the song that is playing right now is an official Grim Troop DLC OST? And you may be wondering why you cannot pinpoint the time you've heard it in the game. Well, it is because you haven't. This track is called The Pale Court, and despite being an official OST in the Gods and Nightmares collection, it was never used at any point in the game. Sounds a lot like the White Palace, but I feel like it has a bit of a grim tone to it. But let me go. Let me know what you guys think, okay? And the final did you know fact is about the nailsmith. He's gonna get the big one. Get the f*** out of here! Did you know that you could actually just have walked away from this young gentleman instead of giving him the, and I quote, the big one? If you choose to walk away and already have met Nailmaster Shio and gotten Great Slash, you would be able to visit both of them in Shio's hut, where you'll get the Happy Couple achievement. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I heard that there were some people out there who actually used the spell and not the nail that was forged by the nailsmith. Although I used the nail. I gave him the big one, as you guys heard, so. But if you guys enjoyed this kind of video, I will be making much more Hollow Knight content in general, like Silksong, Hollow Knight. It's gonna be a mix of both, I think. So yeah, feel free to subscribe because it helps me a ton, and like the video, of course, because this was a fun little video to make, because why should the people not watching shorts be excluded from this kind of information? Well, some of the information might definitely be wrong, but let's definitely talk about that. Yeah, feel free to let the algorithm help me on my way. So yeah, thank you all so very much for watching. The friendliest of reminders to leave a like and subscribe to stay tuned for more. I've just said this, but it helps me a ton, so thank you in advance. And apparently you can also hype videos. You can do it from the YouTube app, and it's free. You get free charges per week, so if you guys want to do that, feel free. It helps me a lot, so thank you in advance for that too. And of course, the second best playthrough of Silksong is gonna happen today. This Monday, this video is released. So yeah, feel free to join me. It's gonna be amazing. No spoilers though, or I will banish you. Okay? And until next time, and 3, 2, 1, fades away.